back to movementprofessional.com. So today I'm going to demonstrate a supine and prone long body position, which is a version of closed chain mobility. So we're going to close the chain by fixing the hands to a kettlebell, and then we'll also have a reference for our feet on the ground, as well as having a reference for the pelvis and rib cage on the ground. So we'll start with supine. I'm going to fix my hands on the kettlebell, and I can do this a couple different ways. I can start with the kettlebell upright and have my hands just gripping the handles here. This isn't as secure, so if I start moving around, I might tip it, but this is a good position to start with just to get a sense of, okay, my hands are staying in the same position, and then I can hollow my body, keeping the heels down, reaching the heels long, just get a sense of what that feels like. Basically, you're just trying to get a sense of when you're relaxed, what space do you have between your body and the ground, and you're trying to compress that space while keeping the arms and legs elongated away from each other. All right, so I can move my body a little bit farther away from the kettlebell, and that'll create this sense of tractioning in the shoulders while I go into a posterior tilt and an anterior tilt and just move my rib cage and my pelvis around this overhead position. All right, so I could tip this down and have the handle more on the ground, and then I can start to walk my body a little bit more away. All right, so now I have a little bit lower position, so my knuckles are now on the ground, and I'm still fixed to the kettlebell, and then I feel the arch in the back. I'm going to try to just take that away without my heels popping up, and just get a sense of how far I can go there. Take a few breaths. I'm going to breathe in and try to feel the lower back and thoracic spine move into the ground, and then when I exhale, pull the ribs down, try to pull the pelvic floor up, see if I can get a little bit more hamstring. Just take a few breaths there while the shoulders are fixed into an overhead position. Okay, so that would be the supine long body position fixed, and then prone, I would just go the opposite way. Okay, and usually I'll do this underhand. Now this isn't quite as intense. I'm not in as much of an overhead position when I'm prone. As you can see, my ears are higher than my arms right now, which means I'm not in as overhead of a position. So this can actually be a regression from what you did in supine. And I'm going to do the same thing here where I'm creating a posterior tilt, which is going to, in this case, drive my knees more into the ground, bring my belly a little bit off the ground. Still going to be able to engage the back of the thighs while I have this feeling of tractioning in the shoulders. If I want to make this a little bit harder, I will elevate the kettlebell on a pad. So I give about a 2-inch elevation there, and then I would do the same. When I am gripping the kettlebell handle, I want to make sure that as much of my palm is on it as possible. I don't want to be only on the fingers, and I want to be on the pinky side as much as I'm on the thumb side, as much as possible. And I'm going to wiggle my body away, and I'm going to do the same thing where I'm hollowing, and then I can kind of let go with an arch, hollow, posteriorly tilt the pelvis, arch, anteriorly tilt, and just get a sense of the relationship there with what your shoulders feel as you're moving your pelvis and your rib cage. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, you can go to movementprofessional.com. I'll see you next time.